Yo, what is up, Colts Nation? Man, grab your snacks and lean in because today we are diving into a story that is going to make your blood boil and your heart break at the same time. We are talking about pure betrayal right here in Circle City, something that was kept in the shadows until now. If you bleed blue and white and want the realest updates on our squad every single day, you gotta hit that subscribe button right now and join the family. Don't miss out on the truth about our legends. Let's get it. Shaquille Leonard is finally breaking his silence on the absolute nightmare that ended his legendary run here in Indy, and y'all, it is way more ruthless than we ever imagined. The maniac, the guy who was the soul of our defense for years, just went on record saying he felt completely stabbed in the back by our very own defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley. Imagine putting up 538 tackles and 17 forced fumbles just to be told you're a bad teammate when you're literally fighting through a career-ending back injury. Leonard reveals that while he was spending his own money bringing in specialists to fix his herniated disc and nerve issues, the organization was questioning his commitment and calling him a negative leader. It's a heavy blow because we saw him as the future Hall of Famer he was destined to be until everything crashed down in 2022. He was on a full track to immortality before that nerve issue ruined his style of play and limited him to just 3 games that season. But the real kicker isn't just the injury, it's the mental hurt of being blamed for defensive struggles that weren't even his fault. Leonard literally said he doesn't even want to play in the NFL anymore because of how ruthless this business treated him at his lowest point. He felt like the fall guy because someone had to take the blame for the bad defensive play, and since the DC wasn't going to look in the mirror, the star linebacker was the one shown the exit. He felt his name and reputation were being tarnished just to justify a business decision. It makes you wonder, was it just a scheme fit issue, or was there a personal vendetta against a franchise icon? The way things went south so fast after Matt Eberflus left is just suspicious as heck. Bradley dialed back Leonard's role exponentially even when he was trying to fight through the pain. This isn't just about a player getting older or hurt. This is about the culture inside that locker room and how we treat the guys who give their all for the Horseshoe. But wait until you hear who helped him tell this story, and the specific moment Leonard knew it was over for good. Eric Ebron is the one who gave Shaquille Leonard the platform to spill all this tea on his show, On My Soul, and having a former teammate there made the honesty hit even harder. Eric Ebron saw firsthand what it means to be in that Colts environment, and seeing these two former stars discuss the internal politics of the organization is eye-opening for every fan in Indiana. It's wild because Eric Ebron knows exactly how it feels to have the narrative shift on you when things aren't going perfect on the field. During the interview, Leonard looked Eric Ebron in the eyes and explained that he couldn't take the mental hurt of giving everything to an organization just to have them turn around and say he wasn't doing treatment properly. That is straight up cold. We're talking about a guy who was a 3-time first-team All-Pro and the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. He was the heartbeat of our city. Even after the Colts waived him in 2023 and the Eagles picked him up, Leonard was still showing up for our community, handing out free turkeys to families during Thanksgiving while the media was busy painting him as a problem in the locker room. Eric Ebron's platform allowed us to see that the maniac never left. His body just failed him, and the coaching staff failed his spirit. The transition from Eberflus to Bradley was the beginning of the end. Under the old scheme, he was the king of the field, but Bradley never seemed to be a fan of his style. Every time the media asked Bradley about Leonard's playing time, the answers felt like he was just encouraging him to keep fighting while simultaneously stepping on his toes and keeping him sidelined. It's a hazy, drama-filled situation that leaves a permanent tag of what could have been on one of the greatest defensive careers we've ever witnessed in Lucas Oil Stadium. Hearing Eric Ebron and Leonard discuss the betrayal makes you realize that the NFL is a business, but sometimes that business gets way too personal and leaves lasting scars on the players we love. The numbers during those first 4 years are absolutely insane and prove why this loss is so massive for the franchise's history. We are talking 15 sacks, 11 interceptions, and an 80-yard pick six. You don't just replace that kind of production or that kind of leadership overnight. Since Leonard's departure, the defensive identity has felt different, almost like the fire went out. When you look at the stats, the defense struggled, and like Leonard said, somebody had to take the hit. Now we are looking at a few different scenarios for the Colts moving forward. Scenario 1 is that Gus Bradley proves the doubters wrong and builds a top 5 defense without any star drama, justifying the hard line he took with the veterans. Scenario 2 is that this reputation of being ruthless to legends starts to hurt our ability to sign big-name free agents who see how the maniac was treated. Players talk, and if they think they'll be stabbed in the back the moment they get a nerve injury, they might look at Houston or Jacksonville instead. Scenario 3 is the one we all hope for. Time heals these wounds, and the organization brings Shaquille back for a proper retirement ceremony because he deserves to be in that Ring of Honor. The data shows he was on a Hall of Fame pace, and we can't let a bad ending with a coordinator ruin a legendary legacy. We have to consider how the current locker room feels seeing a captain treated this way. Is the morale high enough to overcome this kind of drama? The defense needs to step up in a big way this season to prove that the changes were actually for the better. If the unit continues to play poorly, the fans are going to point straight back to these comments and demand accountability from the coaching staff. It's a delicate balance right now in Indy. We've seen other teams recover from veteran exits, but rarely one this emotional and this public. The scenarios are on the table. Either we build a new era of dominance that makes us forget the drama, or this cloud hangs over the team until a major coaching change happens. The path we take will define the next 5 years of Colts football. Look, I'm going to give it to you straight as a local who lives and breathes this team. This situation with Bradley and Leonard is a straight-up stain on the Horseshoe. You don't treat a 3-time All-Pro like a disposable towel just because he's dealing with a nerve issue that he's literally spending his own bankroll to fix. It sounds to me like there was a massive ego clash, and Bradley wanted his guys in his scheme regardless of the legendary status Leonard held in that locker room. Calling a guy like Shaq a bad teammate is the ultimate low blow. We saw him out there giving turkeys to the needy even after the team cut him loose. That's not a bad teammate. That's a pillar of the community. This feels like the coaching staff trying to cover their own tracks for a defense that couldn't stop a nosebleed at times. While you can't blame Bradley for the actual back injury, you can definitely blame him for the lack of respect and support. It's Dynasty Building 101. You take care of your stars so the young guys know they're part of a family, not just a spreadsheet. If we want to get back to the top of the AFC South, we need that maniac energy back, and we certainly don't need coaches making our icons want to quit the sport entirely. This was handled poorly, period, and I hope the front office is taking notes on how this impacted the fans. At the end of the day, Shaquille Leonard will always be a legend in our hearts, and I fully expect to see his name in the Ring of Honor at Lucas Oil Stadium one day soon. But now I want to hear from you, Colts Nation. Do you think Gus Bradley was right to move on from Leonard, or did our star linebacker get done dirty by the coaching staff? Does this change how you look at the current defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I'll be reading every single one of them. This is our team and our community, and your voice matters. If you appreciated this deep dive into the truth behind the Maniac's exit, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to building the biggest Colts community on YouTube, and we can't do it without you. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a breaking update or an insider story like this one. Thanks for watching, stay loyal to the blue, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Go Colts!